It's been 6 straight green days for me, $6.3 thousand in profit. But what excites me the most is this is week 1 for a new group of traders learning to do the same thing with my funded trader system using my trend precision tools. What's going on, everyone? You got Cody Ashmore here, and what I do want to ask you before I continue on is AI is funny. All those students walking up the stairs is what that's supposed to represent. Did y'all catch the guy that trips on the stairs? Go back and watch it again. Someone trips on stairs. Very clever. But anyways, thank you very much for checking out this video. The point of this video is, well, last week I was doing webinars and whatnot where I've been promoting my trend precision bundle or tools that I use to execute trades using my funded trader system, which is basically a mindset and basic price action methods to trade in these funded accounts in order to take payouts. So like I mentioned, we recently just finished week 1 live with the group, and the point of this video is to show you the stats, the progress, we'll do the trade breakdowns, and if you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the comment section. I always make sure every question gets answered, and if you're new here, like, follow, subscribe, you know all the good stuff that all the influencers say to do. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first off, you can see it's been a pretty solid week so far. Let me actually, before I continue, let me give you a quick breakdown kind of like how this whole thing is going, right? So what happened is after my last webinar on Wednesday, I was all right, and a lot of people, I seemed to get backlash on you can't get these accounts funded in one day. Well, I bought these on Thursday morning after the webinar, and I got 200,000 accounts, advanced accounts from Tradeify. Got them funded in one day. So if the webinar was right here, I bought them and funded them on this day, and then started trading them in the live account there. So just to prove that's the process, and it is possible. So now, since trading these 6 days, you see 6 green days. Can't complain about that. Roughly $6.3 thousand. Almost a 71% win rate, which is fantastic. Profit factor of 2.7. And yeah, you can see it all there. And this is all done live with the people that are trading live with me. When they traded live with me, we took a 4-hour class on Saturday, and now they're doing 4 weeks live trading with me. But do not worry, you still have a chance to join me. If you go and click on my link tree, you will see down there, when you click it, it'll bring up, actually, do you know what? Instead of talking about it, let me show you. You click the link tree in the description box, it brings you to this right here. So I wanted to give you 2 options here. I don't want to say I'm going to give you 2 options. I'm going to offer you 2 options. So the first thing is, well, if you want the funded trader system and these tools I'm about to show you, here you are right here. You can grab it right here, and then you can purchase it there. We still have 3 weeks of live trading right now. So you'll get the 4-hour class recording and 3 weeks of live trading with me. If you're like, hey man, that's not for me, hey, I respect that, no big deal. But if you still want to kind of see what I'm doing, right here, if you click here, you can get my free funded trader course if you wish. Just sign up, and then you get the course for free, and just check it out and kind of see what I'm about. You know, kind of fill me out before you think, oh, I want to jump in with this guy. I get it. You want to know someone before you get in bed with them. Respect that. All right, so, and then here are all the tools I use if this is something you're interested in. Spot Gamma, Bookmap, so on and so forth. All right, so here we are. Let's talk about the trades. All right, I talked about all this right here. Fantastic. Now let's talk about the trades. So what I'm going to do to show you exactly what it looks like. So this is the chat room. Like, this isn't a Discord. This is a legitimate chat room where we have like moderators. It's not just like a Discord where anyone can open a Discord. It takes a legitimate place of work to own a chat room such as this. So what you can see is, well, whenever a trade occurs, we also go ahead and I send out trade breakdowns to add to your journal and for your review. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down these trades and we'll break them down. All right, so the first one up is, all right, first day live trading. We did $727, and the pullback was a pullback to VWAP, and I already forgot, so let's see what it was. Pullback to session VWAP and support. All right, so let's go ahead and break it down. Well, how this basically works is the goal is here is to simplify the process, right? Well, like I said here, we have bullish trend precision candles identified by the blue candles. That means trend and momentum in the higher time frame is up. All right, we have support noted here, price pulled back to support and the session VWAP broke that high. We got long, scaled out along the way, and just like it says there, we got long, stop at the swing low. As you can see, the little profit and loss box there, scaled out. We basically closed it at 67.15 because we closed it all the way about right there, and that was it. And the reason for getting out there is because liquidity on Bookmap was there, and it unfolded there. But you can see we added to the position as well. I talk about how about adding to your position to get more bang for if you're right on direction and things like that. But got in, scaled in, close it up shop, 727 on the day. That is pretty strong start to the week with the group of people, right? So my friends, as I call them. Also, if you're one of my friends trading live with me, down in the comment section, tell me what you think so far. Like the people that are watching this on YouTube, let them know, am I doing a good job? Or the things, be honest. Like if you think, oh no, Cody sucks, say, no, dude, this guy sucks. Like, be honest. I think I'm doing a good job, but I'm open to all feedback. Please, if you're one of my members trading with me, let them know. All right, so let's go to the next one. All right, so here, this was a very volatile day. If I recall, no, the next day is volatile. This one is the same thing. Right? We have red trend precision candles. What does this mean? We have bearish trend and momentum on a higher time frame, and we print it down to our lower time frame. And on this particular day, we made $1.1 thousand. Price broke VWAP here, right? So we have price trend and momentum on the higher time frame going negative. It rallied up to the New York session VWAP. It got short in that breakdown. Boom. Right down to support. Cody, how did you know to get out right there? Real, to be honest, it's because of Bookmap. I saw buyers lining up there, so we closed the position, and we took a second trade, right? Waited for price to rally up to VWAP, started to close on a reversal signal here that is discussed in the class. We get a trigger short, stop right there, and then boom, right down into support. And that was a $1.1 thousand day. I don't want to know. What would you do with an extra $1,000 a day? What would you do? If I had an extra $1,000 a day, apparently I'd be making YouTube videos. It's kind of funny because this is what I'm doing right now. But all right, so continue on. All right, so price rallied back to the New York session VWAP, printed a shooting star candle, and triggered to the short side and covered on support. So, I mean, I hope this shows that it's relatively easy, right? And so that was a clear trade. This one, we literally got short at the right time, and we even added to position. However, we definitely did not hold on for the whole move, but that's okay. That's always like hindsight, especially when the market's been going up for a while. It's always easy to think, oh man, I missed so much. I talk about this a lot. It's all about the mindset. When it's the funded trading, you have to have a different mindset. And it's okay to take a 1-to-1 risk reward trade, a 1-to-2 risk reward trade. Like those are okay if the parameters are met. Okay. So in this particular day, $965. Pretty solid day. And then let's go ahead and just look here. So this one, you basically see that as one ginormous bear flag forming, right? That was the main thing there. And then we go to the lower time frame. We started to print red trend precision candles. Price rallied up to VWAP. Scaled in at VWAP with our stop right there. Actually, let me change my color so you may see what color. You probably see better with black, which is kind of funny. So we got short here, stop there. Added on the break of that candle's low, covered right here on support, waited on a flush, and you can see it flush even further. There's the big red candle right there. However, we did not hold on for that whole move as it just completely tanked a lot. But right there, it was just bouncing. The trend of the higher time frame is up. What I was concerned about on why I wanted to, where I was comfortable with closing was besides seeing the buying on the Bookmap, and I was thinking it was going to bounce, is like on this break, I thought maybe we get a retest of this resistance zone and then catch the flush. However, that didn't happen. In hindsight, obviously it kept going. I talked about this a lot, like I said a second ago. It's okay. Sometimes you just got to play out what's happening in front of you and not think, what if you could have caught what happened in hindsight, right? So, added on a new low, covered at support, and covered down at support. That happened really quick in the day, and then boom. So that was another trade. Another 1.1 trade day here. Same thing, and I will say this is one of those days where I'm like, I'm glad I kept my trade short, right? So in this case, we have red trend precision candles. That means trend and momentum, a higher time frame, we're going down. with heavy selling at the open. Price rallied to the New York session anchor view up right here. Printed a shooting star candle, triggered short on the break of that low, stop at the high. Price came right back down to support and locked it up. And I'm glad I did, because if we were to look at the chart, look, it went like this, and then it did go all the way up. You never know when that's going to happen. Got a valid entry signal to go short, and then a valid spot to cover. Boom, that was it. Did not, even said right here, even did not hold too long as it closed at support, and looking for more downside in a bearish open. Actually, that made no sense. Let me re-say that. Did I even type that right? Did not hold too long and closed it at support. Okay, and closed it at support. That's why I messed myself up. Instead of looking for more downside in a bearish open, is due to it being at a support level and the higher time frames being really far outside the 30 ATR. I talk a lot about extensions. I talk a lot about thinking about things in terms of higher probability, having a probabilistic mindset versus how much you think you're going to make. Think though in terms of probabilities. Anyways, quick, easy, short. Got out of that one. And then the one we did today, I will say it's kind of annoying. I did something dumb today, everybody, and I'll admit it to y'all here. You see this ES right here? I could have had just one trade today and been done with it. I did this with y'all in the Measure and Trade room. I did this with you that trade live with me, and I'll cover the trade. So like the trade is here. We did this. We caught this move here. However, I accidentally, as it showed there, traded micros instead of minis. I usually trade minis for whatever reason on micros. Price came down to VWAP. We have my bullish trend precision candles. Came down the VWAP. Had a reversal signal. And then you have your trigger to go long. Stop at the low. And then boom. And then I close it right here on the micros because one, I was already annoyed. I had two micros. It felt like nothing. And then obviously it went all the way up to this one day as the day to move. And then that's obviously where the market just fell down. That could have been a one and done type of day. See, we got long at, what was it, 74? So I think we got filled. Could have rode it 20 points out of the open. Man, that would have been a great trade. However, fat fingered it. It is what it is. I accept it. But we continued on. And anyways, the next trade that we did was simply this. Oh, I do see one losing trade, right? There was a losing trade. Let's talk about that. I didn't screenshot it, but let's do it. We'll talk about it. So as far as the screenshot goes here, I was looking for this. We have bullish trend precision candles, right? It was going boom, 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 boom. I did place a buy stop order here to get filled, looking for a quick push to there, like a momentum play. Bam. However, it got stuffed, and then it kept on coming up and down. And then once it came up to here, I just closed it for a small loss because whenever you see a setup not play out the way you expect it to, you might want to consider getting out. Sure, in hindsight, it spiked up and then fell. That's hindsight. For all I know, it was going to die, and ultimately it did, right? But whenever I was looking for this candle to push up, it just got rejected, and they kept on bouncing. Like I didn't have the follow looking through, managed my risk, and got out. So that was the loss there. And then on top of that, we took that short that I just mentioned here, where we have our red trend precision candles. Right, we came down to our vol trigger, rallied up to the trend precision candles, or sorry, to VWAP with red trend precision candles, got short there, stopped on the other side, and then closed it about here. And that was it. And then obviously it kept going, but that was the trade. And that's all it takes, just one or two trades a day, small risk reward. You don't have to swing for the fences, just need good management and knowing what you are doing. So that is it. That's all the trade reviews. Hopefully that was helpful. And yeah, I just hope it's helpful. And like I said, if you're interested in learning anything about the way I'm doing this, simply just head on over here to click the link tree. You can click on my Get Funded course here where you could get the setup that I'm currently using and still trade with me for 3 weeks. Or if you're not sure about me, like, you're a weirdo, but I want to hear what you have to say, go ahead and you can click the free funded trading course and just see what I'm about and see if you like it. But thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful day and have a great weekend. Take care.